They used to fall asleep on the couch mid-movie, legs tangled, popcorn forgotten between them. Lately, the couch looks more like a charging station for phones than a landing place for two tired people who miss each other. Tonight, we're talking about keeping intimacy alive in relationship, without scorecards, scripts, or pressure. Think of this as a gentle reset for two people who still want to feel close, even when life is busy. The scene is familiar. Tuesday night, lights low, the dishwasher purring in the background. One of you scrolls, the other pretends to watch the show and thinks about tomorrow's calendar blocks. Then something small changes. You slide a handwritten note under their palm that says, "Rain check on the world. Sit with me?" It isn't grand, and that's why it works. Welcome to Whispered Hearts. English, a quiet corner where closeness is built in everyday moments, not just big weekends. Here, we keep things simple enough to try tonight, and kind enough to sustain through tough seasons. You don't have to overhaul your lives to feel something warm again. You just have to make room for it to breathe. Intimacy isn't only about touch. It's the steady feeling that your heart is safe where it lives. It's the way your name sounds in your partner's mouth when the day has been rough, and the way their hand finds yours at a four-way stop on the way home. When safety grows, curiosity returns. Have you noticed how feeling safe makes everything else easier? Research shows that closeness deepens when we feel seen and when our nervous systems trust the space. This doesn't require hours of conversation or a perfect mood. It needs brief, repeatable signals, a soft voice, an open face, a hand on the shoulder that says, "I'm here," not "do more." What would your signal be tonight? But there's something even quieter holding love together, and most couples skip right past it. It's not a new plan or a new playlist. It's how you speak to each other in the ordinary, how you greet, how you pause, how you end a day. Ordinary is where intimacy either leaks or multiplies. Start with small, obvious affection that costs nothing and changes everything. Hold hands on the walk from car to door. Sit on the same side of the booth when you grab takeout. Brush shoulders when you pass in the kitchen and say, "There you are." Which tiny touch feels light enough to repeat tomorrow? Compliments wake up rooms you forgot you loved. Skip the vague, "You're amazing," and go specific. "You looked so calm when the meeting ran long." "I love your laugh" when the dog pretends he understands. Specific praise tells your partner you're paying attention. What's one exact compliment you could offer before bed? Shared hobbies give your hearts a stage to play on. Choose something small, a Saturday puzzle with coffee, a backyard herb garden, a once-a-week cooking experiment with an apron you both use. Don't aim for impressive. Aim for repeatable and light. Which hobby could carry your chatter for 20 minutes this week? Laughter is a fast bridge. Collect a little list of clips, one-liners, and inside jokes. When the mood is thin, play 1, not 5. Let your bodies remember how to loosen together. What's the quickest way you two find a laugh? Before we widen the path, here's a curiosity worth testing tonight. Many couples find that keeping intimacy alive in relationship becomes easier when they plan for it like a favorite show, short, scheduled, and looked forward to. What would change if you protected 15 minutes a day just to be warm on purpose? Emotional intimacy grows when your words are clean and your pace is slow. Try a simple evening ritual with 3 questions. What worked today? What weighed on you? What's one small kindness I can offer tomorrow? Keep each answer short and sincere. Which question feels safest to ask first? When a snag appears, Practice gentle repair with a clear path back to each other. Say, I'm feeling touchy about time. I want us to be on the same team. Offer one specific action. Next time, I'll text if I'm running late. Could you save me a spot on the couch? Safety, empathy, and a next step. Your nervous systems will thank you. How would that tone feel in your living room? Seasons can help set a pace that doesn't feel urgent. In autumn, take a short walk where leaves sound like paper under your shoes, and share one small hope for the month. In spring, crack a window and let the rain scent roll through while you make warm tea and trade stories. Which season makes your shoulders drop? Winter loves cozy layers and slow evenings. Pull on thick socks, warm a blanket in the dryer, and listen to the heater click on like a metronome for calm. Summer loves porches and cicadas that buzz like old speakers, while you sit on the steps and count 3 good things from the day. Which ritual fits the weather outside your window tonight? If pressure creeps in, shrink the frame. Try a 2-minute door frame hug. Stand still, breathe together, and wait for shoulders to drop. Add a single sentence. I'm glad you're mine. You don't need a big mood for a small connection. Would 2 minutes be possible this week? Affection lives in surprises, but not the kind that strain a budget. Slip a note into a coat pocket that says, "Open when the line at the store is too long." Leave a doodle by their toothbrush. Send a voice memo on your commute that's only a sentence long. Which tiny surprise would you enjoy giving? Play invites your bodies to relax, so warmth can rise. Create a snack board challenge with a secret ingredient neither of you expects. Build a 10-minute playlist swap where each person adds 2 songs that feel like tenderness. Start a silly ritual, like a high five anytime you both remember the keys. What playful spark would feel easy to try? Shared experiences keep the story fresh even when time is thin. Plan a micro-adventure that fits inside an hour. Drive 1 exit farther than usual and walk a block you've never walked. Split a milkshake at a diner with squeaky stools. Name the night something goofy so it sticks. What would you call your next micro-date? Admiration fuels attraction with 0 pressure. Name the invisible work you see. Thank you for packing lunches. I noticed how you stayed patient during the call. You make this house feel kind. Admiration is a mirror you hold up for each other. What's one quiet win you could praise out loud? Tenderness often needs a container. Choose a corner of the house as your no-scroll zone. The porch, the end of the couch, or the bench by the window. Place a small lamp or candle there. Let that corner mean, we choose to be here. Which corner could become your refuge? Your hands can say more than long speeches. When you pass in the hallway, let your fingertips lightly trace a shoulder. When you sit side by side, anchor a hand on a knee in a way that says, no hurry. Touch like this is an invitation, not an invoice. How does your body respond to slower touch? If a moment turns tense, keep dignity in the room. Take a breath you both can feel. Try, I'm on your side here. Follow with one next step. Let's pause for 5 and come back softer. Then actually come back. That's how trust stays warm. When would those words help you both? You don't have to talk for hours to feel connected. You can trade tiny, meaningful questions that make space without digging. What color is your energy tonight? What moment would you replay if you could? What do you need less of this week? Questions like these are keys to quiet doors. Which one feels right to ask? Bring senses into your routine. Brew a shared evening tea with a scent that becomes us. like cinnamon on cold nights or mint in summer. Light a candle that you only use for your talks. Play a low instrumental track that signals wind down. Your bodies will learn the cues and move toward closeness. What cue could you add tonight? Consider a simple bedtime script that doesn't require deep conversation. One line of appreciation, one line of hope. Thank you for dinner. Tomorrow, let's take a short walk after work. No analysis, just a touch of kindness to bookend the day. What would your 2 lines be? If you're parenting or caretaking, intimacy will change shape. That's not failure, that's evolution. Claim micro moments as sacred, hands touching while passing a bottle, an eyebrow raise across a noisy room that means, I see you. A quiet porch exhale after bedtime. The small container keeps the flame alive. Which micro moment can you claim tonight? For couples who enjoy light structure, try a 7-day affection thread that feels like a game. Each day, trade one tiny signal. A note, a compliment, a shared laugh clip, a 30-second voice memo, a hand squeeze, a short walk, a back-of-the-hand kiss in the kitchen. Repeat your favorite on day 7. What's your first move? When energy is thin, comfort can be connective. Warm a blanket in the dryer and share it during a 20-minute show. Slice apples and sprinkle cinnamon. Let your feet touch under the blanket like a quiet agreement. Comfort is not giving up. It's tending the fire. What comfort item could you share tonight? Make a small joy shelf where only your 2 things live. A jar of pens for notes, a stack of postcards for quick messages, a tiny bowl for ticket stubs and leaves from walks. Seeing the shelf reminds you that togetherness is ongoing, not occasional. What would you place on that shelf? Admiration and play often bring humor back. Build a private dictionary of phrases that mean something only to you. Porch o'clock. Pep talk passing. Socks from the dryer moment. Use them when the day feels heavy. Language like that makes a team out of 2 people. What phrase would you coin? Touch doesn't need to escalate to be meaningful. It can be a back-of-the-neck scratch while you read, a palm pressed between shoulder blades during dishes, or fingers laced while crossing a parking lot. You're saying, I like you, without asking anything in return. Which gentle touch feels most natural for you? Set gentle boundaries with your time, so intimacy has space to breathe. Say no to 1 extra plan a week, so you can say yes to each other. Put a small heart on the calendar, and let it mean connection, not appointment. Anticipation is fuel. Where will your next heart land? If comparison sneaks in, let it go. You don't live in anyone else's house, or body, or calendar. You live in yours, together. The only definition that matters is the one that feels kind and real at your kitchen table. What standard could you release today? Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is lighten the moment. Put on a song and sway by the sink. Whisper a tiny line that makes you both grin. Let the dog join and make the choreography ridiculous. Joy loosens the knots, anxiety tied. What's one song that always softens you? Sooner or later, a hard day will slip in. When it does, keep your posture gentle and your promises small. I'm sorry for the edge in my voice. Next time I'll ask for a pause. Then give them a cup of water, sit close, and let the quiet do part of the repair. Which small promise feels reachable? Plan one memory maker each week that fits your reality. A picnic in the living room when the weather is loud. A golden hour walk when summer spreads long light across the block. A bookstore visit where you read first lines to each other and pick a used novel with a note from a stranger inside. Which memory feels lightest to make? Midway through this journey, Remember, you don't need to earn closeness. It's already yours to cultivate. If you need a soft space that believes in warm, pressure-free affection, whispered hearts. English is your porch light on a long street. We'll keep the glow steady while you find your steps. What would it mean to let closeness be easy again? On days when you both feel rushed, try a 1-minute presence check. Sit knee to knee, breathe for 4 counts in, 6 counts out, 3 times. Look at each other and say one word for your mood. Then go on with your evening. Tiny anchors keep boats from drifting. What's your word tonight? A week-long affection challenge can turn intentions into joyful habits. Pick a start day and write it on the fridge. Each day choose one small act of warmth. A handhold during the commute, a compliment in public, a silly photo together, a shared cup of tea, a walk around the block, a bedtime thank you, a morning, I'm glad it's you. Repeat your favorite on day 7. What's your favorite non-physical way to show love? Comment below. To keep the momentum, borrow the power of names. Name your rituals so they stick. Mug moment for the tea you share at 9. Cozy corner for the lamplit place where phones don't go. High Five Friday for a silly end-of-week cheer. Names help the ordinary shine. What would you name your next ritual? Let your future show up in pictures, not pressure. Imagine next spring with the window cracked and a bowl of strawberries between you on the couch. Imagine autumn with a shared scarf on a chilly walk and a pocket full of leaves you didn't mean to collect. Imagine winter with cocoa and a movie you've both seen 10 times because the point isn't novelty, it's us. Which picture makes your chest feel roomy? As we come to the close, hold this kindness to your heart. You are allowed to redefine intimacy as often as life changes shape. Some weeks it will look like laughter in the kitchen. Some weeks it will look like quiet hands and warm socks. Both count. Both build a home where love can rest. Thank you for spending this time tending what matters. You're not behind, and you're not alone. Keep choosing small signals, safe tone, and playful connection. When you need a reminder, come back here and listen again to the simple ways you're already doing well. You don't have to chase a perfect mood to feel close. You can invite closeness with touch, words, and time that feel easy to give. You can slow down enough to hear your own kindness. And when you wonder how to keep going, remember the promise we started with. This is about keeping intimacy alive in relationship, one ordinary, generous moment at a time.